The chairperson of the Governing Council of Icipe, Professor Dr. Bill Hansen, the Director General and CEO of Icipe, Dr. Sejente Kelimu, eminent scientists, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to officiate over the celebration to mark the Golden Jubilee of the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology, Icipe, whose theme is Insects for Life. As the pioneering institution commemorates its 50 years of service, in partnership with governments across the continent, we note with appreciation the central role that you have and continue to play in insect research, plant health, animal health, environmental health, all aimed at better human health and welfare. As we celebrate this monumental feat in the life of this towering organization, the enduring legacy of a great son of Kenya and Icipe's founder is immortalized. The vision of your founding director, the late Professor Thomas Risley Odhiambo, and his ideals of an international center focused on insect science is well and alive. The pillars that anchor our development agenda, Kenya's Vision 2030, and the African Union Agenda 2063, both recognize the vital role of science and scientific organizations like Icipe in a country's development. I also wish to acknowledge and laud all the men and women who have carried on the vision and mission of the late Professor Thomas Odhiambo and spurred Icipe to even greater heights. Undoubtedly, Icipe's mission and vision remained aligned with the hopes and aspirations of Kenya and the African continent at large. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has prioritized food security, affordable housing, universal health care, and improved manufacturing, all within a framework of sustainable development and ecological balance. This national development philosophy is consistent with the UN Sustainable Development Goals 2030, and partners like Icipe are and remain important partners and stakeholders in this respect. Indeed, Icipe and other similar organizations in Kenya have contributed essential technical skills and scientific knowledge that have proved invaluable to our national development. These contributions have led to the creation of high-quality jobs, especially for the young graduates, increased foreign exchange earnings for the country, and strengthened our connections, particularly in the field of academia and research with the rest of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the choice of Insects for Life theme by Icipe to celebrate its 50 years is indeed laudable, and insects are an important part of our great biodiversity and play a vital role in our food systems, our health, and indeed our environment. They are part of the ecosystem that preserves our planet and are vital for the future well-being of humanity. In fact, over the years, and in response to the needs of the continent, Icipe has utilized science to develop innovative ways to promote the benefits accruing from insects, while at the same time mitigating threats arising from harmful insect species. As we look into the future, Africa must continue to increase its collective investment in research and its scientists in order to help realize our hopes and aspirations for a prosperous and peaceful continent. Ladies and gentlemen, the twin challenges of the ongoing global COVID-19 pandemic and the desert locust infestation are cases in point. The successes that we have had in mitigating the effects of the pandemic, as well as the locust infestations, are the fruit of our investment in science and innovation. Indeed, Africa will continue to rely on scientific organizations, not only to address present and future development challenges, but also to provide a platform upon which we may be able to take advantage of the emerging opportunities in the digital and the biological economic sectors. In this respect, I note and commend Icipe for its outstanding capacity building programs, which continue to contribute to science and innovation on the African continent. In particular, I would like to highlight Icipe's postgraduate training programs at both the master's and PhD levels, which are delivered through the African Regional Postgraduate Program in Insect Science and the Dissertation Research Internship Program. And I also note with great satisfaction that 29% of these PhD students have been women, and this number is growing. Likewise, I note with appreciation that in 2008, Icipe was selected by African governments to run the Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund of the Partnership for Skills in Applied Sciences, Engineering, and Technology. The central objective of this fund is to train up to 1,000 doctoral level scientists annually from sub-Saharan African countries in various core fields of science. This measure will also address the imbalance exhibited by our current 88 science researchers per million in sub-Saharan Africa, which compares very unfavorably with the average of 878 science researchers per million in North Africa, and also the UK and US averages of 4,000 per million. Accordingly, I appeal for greatly enhanced investment in research and development in order to develop and inculcate a science culture and orientation in sub-Saharan Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to note that Kenya, through the Ministry of Education, is the current chair of the Partnership for Skills in Applied Sciences, Engineering, and Technology. And we have thus far contributed more than 200 million shillings to the Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund. Our contribution in this regard is consistent with Kenya's Vision 2030, the UN Sustainable Goals, and the African Union Agenda 2063. I wish to add also that my administration has put in place an enabling policy framework to foster science and innovation, not only as the engine for economic growth, but also as a means of addressing enduring social inequalities. We have made a commitment to invest up to 2% of our annual national budget in research and innovation in line with our national development programs. We will continuously improve our strategies to ensure that we continue to attract and nurture appropriate scientific talent, harness the resources we have, and create opportunities and jobs for our people. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the many gains by Icipe over the past 50 years, we would like to emphasize that there is still a lot to be done to uplift the well-being of our people. This is because of the fact that as current problems are solved, new ones emerge which require new responses. In this regard, I am also glad to note that Icipe has developed a bold and comprehensive vision and strategy for 2021 to 2025. The vision and strategy positions Icipe as a center for discovery as well as the provision of solutions. I challenge Icipe to, in the next 50 years, herald seminal research, work in the fields of science and innovation for the greater benefit not only of Africa, but of all mankind. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge and truly appreciate the various donors and partners who have anchored and continue to support Icipe in its noble endeavors. And I believe that the platform provided by these multi-stakeholder partnerships will spur Icipe to even greater heights of success. With these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinguished pleasure and honor to formally launch Icipe's Vision and Strategy 2021 to 2025. I thank you all for your attention.